I'm so happy to be here. So my hair is quite rough. Good morning and happy Sunday, guys. I did not go to church today, so don't ask me why I didn't go to church. So happy to be here. And I'll be away for some time for about 2 good weeks. And I really missed you guys. I'll be wanting to do this video all this while, but as you can see, the environment is quite new. I'm actually in an aunt's house. I'm not in my shop. My head has been going on and off, so I decided to take some months off. So I'm going to be doing video. I'm going to be shooting filming video in this particular room, so don't mind the background. I know the walls is a bit it's not as fine as where I used to film my videos. Okay, so just bear with me for now, because for the meantime I'm going to be filming here and doing live here. So today's video, let's just go straight to the topic of today. Today's video is basically going to be on how you can actually film and make bags from home. Okay, and we are also going to be talking a bit of the bag stiffeners and stabilizers I used. All right, immediately after this video I'm going to be shooting a video on a bag. Trust me guys, you guys are going to like it. Okay, I'll be trying to put things in order. So as you can see, the environment is quite different from where I used to film. Okay, so when I got to this particular room, it was kind of very disorganized. It actually got messed up at that arranging, thinking of how best to place my sewing machine, my camera, and my rig light. This particular room does not have lights, so I'm using my rig light. I'm using my rig lights to film. I wanted to turn the camera so that you guys can see, but my room is kind of, it's not that fine. So if you want to see how I wouldn't want to say that. If you want to see how my room looks like, that's not our main priority. So I'm using a ring light. At first I was like, how am I going to film? How am I going to film? Since I'm taking a break from my work, guys, I've been down one illness to another. At a time I had problems with my eyes. As you all know, I had complained about these eyes before. So there was one particular blister, some kind of boil on my eye. So you can see the mark it left on it, and also you guys can see, so I just have issues with my eyes. Okay, by the grace of God I'm going to recover. So I'm taking 2 months out, or it could be more than 2 months, so I won't be working from my shop. So this is the new environment I'm going to be filming from. And in this on live, as I said, as I always say, my live video is going to be for the beginners. So we will not be doing much of sewing on live. It will just be like I'm coaching you guys one-on-one, teaching most of the questions that you guys have. I'll just bring it on live and I will teach you. So this my live video is not going to be about viewers. I'm not concerned about the viewers, though in a way I could be, but it's just for me to relate with you guys. I really want you guys to gain something from what I'm doing. You can bring your question and I'm going to answer it. So I'm just going to be discussing the challenges I went through, because as I said in my previous live video, I also learned much of my bag making online. So I knew the challenges I went through, a whole lot of challenges, like learning online, wastage of material, that even when you watch the video, it's for you to kind of replicate what you've watched is a problem. It's an issue. I understand. It's not what you watch that you'll be able to, it's not by watching the video. You understand? Some people just make video, edit, and they don't give you the details that you really want. They don't show the behind the scene challenges that they go through. Do you get? So we're going to be discussing it on live, and much more is going to be coming your way. So if you have any issues that is bothering you, if you have any challenges, please guys, make sure you let me know. You can ask any question as long as you are live with me. And I've thought about what we're going to be doing. As I said earlier, I'm trying to put myself in your position. I'm trying to kind of recollect the challenges I went through when I was learning online. For instance, let me give you a very typical challenge. You might have watched a particular video on how to make a particular bag, and you are trying to, after watching that video, you want to try to repeat what you've watched, and you, a kind of eagerness that will be in order to get that particular bag done, and the kind of fright, and I don't know how to, like, there's going to be a kind of feeling that am I going to get this particular bag right? Am I going to do it right? So it's normal, it's common for you to have such a feeling. Okay, so I actually went through such experiences when I was learning online too. For instance, I watched a particular bag, I had to make a particular bag online, and I'm trying to do it, and I'm having this fright on me, this fear like, what if I don't get it right? What if I really want to get, I'm eager to get it, and I'm at the same time scared that I might not get it right. So we're just going to be discussing all of this. So I think our live video is basically going to be about the challenges you face when learning online. Okay, when learning online, as somebody that has gone far in bag making, it might not be difficult for you. As somebody that is advanced already, it might not be difficult, but as a beginner, I kind of trying to relate with what you guys are going through. Okay, so that being said, I would not want to prolong this video. So if you are online, please try to comment. I really missed you guys. I've missed you guys. So I have some few back stiffeners. I have some few. I don't know this if this machine is blocking. Okay, all right, so I have some few bag stiffeners that I got from the local market in my area, though most of my bag materials I got from Mushi market. But as I said, I don't want to repeating myself, guys. I've not been going to market for some time because I'm trying to rest due to what the doctor has prescribed, that I need rest. So I'm going to be taking some months off my workshop. Okay, we're taking some months off. I just leave my guests there to do their things, then I'll start filming from home. So I got to a local shop market in Ikurudu where I stay. I didn't go to Mushin because if I had gone to Mushin, I would have got a whole lot of things that I really want to show you guys. But the things that are being sold here in this Ikurudu market, local, it's a very small market where they sell leather bag materials. They are limited. You can't get everything you want in this market. So I actually got some stabilizers, some back stiffeners, and I intend to show you to you guys. The first one I got here is I got this. So if you want to know the prices, let me know. So this is what I'll be trying to say in my write-up and on my podcast. If you have been following my podcast, when I talked about stabilizer and back stiffeners, I also have some article, like a mini blog on my community tab. So go through it and you're going to get some of the things I've said about back stiffeners. So this is what you call the carry board. This carry board, I think some people also call it, I think the technical name for those of you that don't live in Nigeria is cellulose board. So people also call it fiber board. Okay, but popularly in Nigeria they call it carry board. Okay, so this height is, and this is the thickest one I could get. It also comes in different thickness. I don't know if you can see the thickness of this. So there are other ones that are lighter than this. Okay, so if you want your bag to be really stiff and sturdy, you should go for a thicker one. If you want it to be moderately stiff, you should go for the medium thick one. So this is the cellulose board, guys. And before I continue, I want to tell you guys that if this particular topic, the particular plan I have about what I'm going to be doing online for beginners, if you are not in acceptance with it, am I right? Is it in acceptance? Okay, if you don't like such a topic, let me know. I could change. We could just come together. You can suggest something for me, and we'll do something that you really like. So I also got this suede. I actually got this suede thinking that I didn't bring it home. Thank God, I'm just saying it. So I got a suede. This for a lining. So you can use anything for lining, but for my own personal bag, because suede material and velvet look kind of professional. The feel and the thickness actually make me use suede for lining, because there are times that you might be that stressed out. You will not want to start folding. Folding is like a bit of much work to do. Is it much? Okay, a bit of work to do. So you don't want to fold and apply gum. You can just use it as it is on as your lining. You wouldn't want to fold because it's thick enough. So there are like some reasons why I like using suede to line my bag. All right, I'll just put it aside. So this other one, Marco, this Marco, guys, Marco. So the Marco comes in different colors. You can have blue, you can have red, there's white. I think it comes in different color, but I don't think color is that important. What is important as bag makers is the thickness, how thick you want it to be. This one is Marco 2. This is Marco 2. So it comes in different thickness depending on what you want. This one is called Marco, and if you are not in Nigeria, it's called Marco in Nigeria. Okay, that's what we know it as. But when you are not in Nigeria, it's called the EVA foam. E as in Eve or it. V as in vent, and A as in heart. Okay, EVA foam. But the full name of that is a kind of chemical name. I think it's ethylene, something like a chemical. If you're into sciences, you should be able to know it's an EVA foam. So once you tapped it, I've seen, for those of you that say you don't live in Nigeria, I mean those of you that have been getting my online courses, you've been making some complaint on how you can get this stiff. Now once I recommend some of them to you, you usually say you couldn't get them to buy in your area. So I've decided to go find some online shop where you can get this thing. I actually did my research, and on AliExpress I was able to get this. On Amazon I saw this, and I also saw the leather board. I saw the cheap board. Which is this. Okay, I'm sorry guys. So I saw the cheap board, which is this. So I'm just going to remove this rubber band so you see the way it is. So you can also get this on Amazon or Este store. Is it Este or Este? I'm always mispronouncing that one. Este store, ESTY, I think. So you can get all of this on your online store. Okay, so I'm going to be telling you how you can combine them to get the same effect I get when I make my bags. So if you want to get a very stiff and hard bag, I'm going to be saying something about how you can combine them. So this is the chipboard. This is how it looks. This how it looks. Okay, this how it looks. This side is white. There are also some that come as brown. All right, but if you are getting it on Amazon, guys, please, I'm going to be leaving a link. Okay, I'm going to be leaving a link on the, I don't know why. Okay, I'm going to be leaving a link on the description, in the description box below, where you can go through my article that I've written. I've also shown some pictures on that articles, as well as my podcast. So you can actually get some more knowledge about this bag stiffness and where you can get it, especially when you live in the US and in UK. All right, and for the Asians, those that live in Asia country, you can also get this in Amazon, on AliExpress. Okay, you can order them. So we've talked about the chipboard. Talked about the chipboard. So this IT, if you are in Nigeria, you want to get it, this IT, you can get it in your local market. You can also get it mostly in Mushi market. Most of the bag materials, as my colleagues, virtually everybody use, especially when you are based in Lagos, they get all of them in Mushi Market. So I will advise you, if you have never gone to Mushi Market, go there. They are extremely cheap there, and you can get basically everything you want for bag making. I also talked about the Marco, this Marco too. We've talked about the cellulose board, also called carry board, and as I said, this we are the only ones I was able to get in the Ikorodu market where I stay. I could not go to Mushin because as I'm trying to rest due to doctor's prescription. I don't want to stress myself out. Okay, so if for instance, for those of us that live in the diaspora, you cannot get this, because I've seen some of you saying you've checked it online, you couldn't get this, is the cellulose board, and you want to make a bag, I will advise you to use leather board. Leather board is everywhere. Like, what I mean by leather board is synthetic leather. So you get a synthetic leather that's very thick, and if for instance you are making a bag, you want to make a bag, the body of the bag, you don't want how stiff it is, you don't like the rate of stiffness, maybe it's not that stiff, you can combine two of the leather together by gumming them together using your glue on them. If you don't understand what I am actually saying, guys, you can go watch my videos. I've done that a lot of that. Sometimes I just join like three pieces of them together to get that thickness and stiffness I want. So you can get the same effect with using discs. So that means what I'm trying to say, if you don't have discs to buy in your area of living where you live, you can also use leather board. And if you don't have leather board, you want to use an alternative, you can use your Marco, which is called EVA foam in other area, especially when you are in UK, USA, or other countries, called EVA foam. I've seen it on Amazon. Once you tap EVA foam, you are going to see them on Amazon, on eBay, on Eastay store. I don't know, is it Eastay or Estay? Please guys, if I'm not pronouncing it well, please let me know in the comment section. Okay, so you're going to get it, and you can also use discs for the burden of your bag in the replacement for discs. Okay, you don't have to use all of discs, so you can use it as a replacement. And for the burden of the bag, if you don't have your cheap board to buy, I mean, if you don't have your other material to buy, sometimes I use leather, just a one pieces instead of combining it for the side of my bag, because I want my bag to be kind of light for the machine to sew through. Remember, I'm using a very simple machine and not a cylinder bed machine that can easily sew side. So I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for us that are beginners to enable for us to be able to achieve this thing without any difficulty. So if you're using this kind of machine to sew your bags, I want you to use something that is a bit thick, like, I mean, it's something that is less thick rather, for your side, so that by the time you are sewing, you are able to maneuver it through your machine or against your machine. Okay, so if you are sewing the side, I will advise you to use a layer of leather if you are using leather board, because that's, you know, as you all know, if you have been following my video, you will know that I use leather board mostly for my bag making. The reason I use leather board, I feel that leather board is more durable. That's my personal opinion, though most of my colleagues use this. I don't know how durable this is, because I felt when it rains on it, it can easily get scattered, like it can easily get, I don't know, I don't know if you guys understand what I'm trying to say, it can easily get torn. Like, the durability to me not something that I feel to be lasting. So that's my personal take on this. So I prefer using leather board for my bags rather than using discs. As I said, most of my colleagues use discs, so you can use leather board for your bag. And if you are using leather board, you can combine layers of those leather boards bag. I mean, you can combine layers of leather board for the body, and for the side you can just use one, because we want the side to be very flexible, very less difficult when we are sewing with our machine. Okay, another reason why I use leather board is because of the flexibility, because once I use leather board, again, I'm going to make a reference to the kind of machine I use, because the machine I use, it will be very easy for me to kind of maneuver. I can press it, I can, you don't understand, especially when you're using this kind of machine, you can attest to the fact that it's not easy when sewing back with side. Okay, but when you are sewing with a cylinder bed machine, guys, you can always use whatever back stiffener you want. Okay, in as much as such a back stiffener is hard, it's as stiff as this, cylinder bed machine is going to go through it easily. But if you are using this kind of machine, I would advise you use a leather board, and for the side you just use a layer, or you use a cheap board, and this cheap board can be gotten anywhere, especially on the online store. You can get it on Amazon, you can get it on eBay, you can get it on Estee. I'm going to get a pronunciation right after this. I don't know if it's Estee or Estee store, but let me just spell it for you guys. It's Esty, Estee store. I think it's located in the USA, if I'm not mistaken. You can get it on, for the Asians, you can get it from Amazon, I mean Alibaba, AliExpress. Okay, so you can also get these things online. So for those of you that don't live in Nigeria, you use this for the side of your bag, and you can use the EVA foam for the burden of your bag, or you can use a leather, synthetic leather board for the burden of your bag. So these are how you can also get that results that we get using all of these things. They are just there. Maybe you will not be able to find out the right places where you can get them and use them. Okay, so what other thing in before now we've talked about, I think we've talked about this thing excessively, excessive, is it called, like, God, let me not go and start. Let me not go and start, let me not bite my tongue. Okay, I don't want to blab here. So we've talked about this thing in a large way. We've talked about it largely. I've talked about it on my article, I've talked about it on my podcast on about about the usage of the best back stiffeners that I would recommend if you are to make the kind of bags I'm making. Please go read them on my if you are my YouTube subscriber, check them out on my YouTube tab. You're going to see a whole lot of them there, and there's also a link that will direct you to a document where you can get this thing read. Okay, so over the time I didn't post, I didn't upload, I also talked about this, like a recap today, a recap and a kind of introduction on where I'm filming from and where I'm filming from this place. So we've also talked about Ankara prints. I remember the last post I did on podcast was the kind of Ankara material that we are using. First of all, I want to say that making bags with Ankara prints, also known as Africa print or African was, is a very lucrative business. Okay, hope I'm not going to be biting my tongue yet today. I don't know why I'm using languages, words that are difficult for me to pronounce. I actually have a challenge with the way I pronounce things, so you guys should bear with me. You must have known by now. So before I go ahead, guys, most of my life is going to just be a sit down kind of video. We just talk and talk and talk. So I on that podcast, please go watch my podcast. The last podcast I've posted is on my YouTube tab. Please watch it and show your love by subscribing, by watching to the end. All right, so these are things that you understand, like these are things that I've gotten from my personal experience. I just pour them into my audio, into my writing and so on. So make sure you watch all of this and listen to my podcast if you haven't. So on that podcast, and also I also have a write-up, I talked about Ankara print. First of all, Ankara is a very lucrative business these days, and making bags with Ankara print or Africa was or African print. Okay, it's a very lucrative business, especially in the diaspora. If you are living abroad, people sell this. They, like people that are into Ankara bags, they are making a whole lot of money from this bag selling. Like, you just, people abroad are just so in love, so passionate about bags and accessories that are made from Africa prints, all right, that are made from Ankara bags. So I've seen a whole lot of colleagues. I'm not using myself as an example, because though before they got there they had to do a lot of marketing, all right. Though me personally, I have customers abroad who have been patronizing me, but I haven't got to that stage yet. I wouldn't lie to you guys, but I know for say that these are things that are very, 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 very lucrative. They are selling like they are selling very well, especially in abroad, not only in abroad, even in Nigeria, yeah, and other parts of the country. Okay, so one other thing that you mustn't forget is that even when you make bags with Ankara prints, this same process I use in making bag with Ankara print can also apply the same process to making bag with leather or any other fabric. Could be adire, ashoke, leather, any other print. It's all the same process, so there's nothing different about them. So if you can learn the hats or the process of making bags with Ankara prints, you can also apply the same process with making bags with leather and sweat. So that's why you should pay more focus and pay more attention, and make sure you watch, listen to everything I'm going to be telling you guys. So if you feel this machine is kind of causing an obstacle with me talking to you guys, let me know, please. So that is that. So Ankara, making bags with Ankara is a good thing. So it's something that you have to know about first. After this, I'm going to be telling you about the genesis of Ankara. How did we come about this Ankara? Where was Ankara print originated? Where we are their origin, or where are their origin? Okay, so where we are they originated? Okay, am I making sense at all? So we're going to be talking about that. If you are like me that is in love with Ankara, I like working with Ankara. You see, Ankara, I like them, the colors and the vibrant colors, everything that has to do with Ankara material. I just like working with Ankara. So first of all, I want to give out these tips or this advice to you guys. I've had a whole lot of customers ask me these questions on how best they can maintain their Ankara, how best they can take care of Ankara. I'm saying this today because if you are into bag makings with Ankara and you are already a professional, you're already doing it for the money's sake, and there's no way you're going to avoid this question. There's no way you are not going to get this kind of questions from your clients or customers. They are definitely going to be asking you how best, because Ankara is not leather, you understand. If you have a leather bag, you can easily just take a bit of water, clean off whatever stain is on it, whatever dust you have on your leather. But if it's an Ankara, some persons who are not used to using Ankara might be thinking, if I buy this thing, how best can I take care of them? How best can I maintain this bag? And that might even scare them off buying. So even if they are not asking, you should be able to read your customer's mind. You should be able to start in their position. You should be able to start thinking what they are thinking. And even before they ask, you should just kind of impute or imbibe that into whatever you're going to be saying to them to encourage them to buy your bags. So I want to give you some tips on how you can take care of your Ankara. Please, when you watch this is a very, very important tips, and please make sure you share this live video. Make sure you encourage people to listen to my life. I'm going to be making live consistent. I'm going to be streaming live consistently now. All right, so the very first tip I want to make sure here is Ankara. One thing we should know about Ankara prints, Ankara ancestral African prints, is that Ankara don't like anything that has to do with harshness. I know I've said this thing on my article, on my podcast. Ankara don't like harshness. Ankara print, I don't know why I keep saying Ankara. Okay, Ankara print or Ankara was do not like anything that has to do with harshness. Okay, so it has some Ankara prints made up of dyes, like colors, different kind of colors in them, and it's like when you have your gene when you just like you just same way jean has the jean that you wear, you use on trousers and for your dresses. So you know most of these jean material have dyes on them, so when you wash them severally, those color dyes tends to kind of wash away. So if you want that color to come up, what you do, you just buy some dyes and kind of use when you want to wash it, you apply some dye into the water you want to use. Some people even go ahead to put some salt in such water they want to use for their gin. I don't know if you must have dyed your gin. I do that always. Once I notice my gin trouser is getting fading or is fading, I just go get some dye from the market. Use sometime I use just a bit of hot water, or just on most time I use cold water, then apply salt to seal the color together. So part of this same process go with when you want to maintain your Ankara print or anything you are doing with your Ankara bags or accessories. Okay, so the very first process, or the very first, is it a process now, the very first tip or advice you should take, or if you are using the Ankara bag for yourself or give to your customer, if you are selling these things out, is when they want to wash the Ankara. Because when you have an Ankara bag and it gets dirty, how do you maintain it? You want to clean off the dirt, right? If you want to wash, for instance, if you want to wash, you can wash your Ankara. First of all, you are going to use a sponge, a very soft sponge to wash. But it's more better, or it's better if you use your hand, your bare hand, to just wash the Ankara. But if you must use a sponge, use a very soft sponge, because when you use the hard sponge, it's going to damage the bag or the accessory that is being made from Ankara prints. Okay, so you use a sponge that is extremely soft, or you can use your hand. And when you want to wash, the water you're going to use to wash should be cold water. Should be cold water. That is the best water for washing. If at all you want to use warm water, make it a bit hot, not that hot. And when you want to wash, add a tablespoon of salt. So you know what I mean by table, like a tin spoon, the spoon, normal spoon that you use in taking tea. So just take a spoon, take a salt that can fill that spoon, and put it in the water you are using to wash. There's something I learned, though I'm a science student, I should be able to say something more about this. One thing I know is that salt has chlorine in it. You know, the compound chemical name for salt is sodium chloride, right? So the chlorine there tends to seal the color in the prints together, just kind of hold them so that they don't fade away quickly. So that's the purpose of using salt. So you make sure you use a tin spoon of salt in your water to seal the fabric, the color in your fabric. These are some of the advice you should give to your customer if they ask you, how can I take care of my Ankara prints? So first of all, you make sure you wash with a very soft sponge, or probably the best thing you should do is wash with your hand. Then you add salt to your water to wash. And once you finish washing, you want to dry your Ankara print. Make sure you don't dry under the sun. As I always said, Ankara material, bags, whatever you're making from Ankara, bags, accessory, they don't like harshness. I'm into Ankara. I like working with Ankara. It's my passion. So once you put your Ankara under the sun, it's going to kill the color of your print. So make sure you don't put your Ankara under the sun. So even if you wash your bag, just look for a place that is just held, like AIR, because I'm going to pronounce that, I'm going to murder the pronunciation. So you hair dry your bags. Don't put it under the sun. You won't know, even when you are dry your jean, you don't put it under the sun, because it's going to kill the make it fade, right? So you don't put your Ankara bag under the sun directly, especially if it's a very harsh sun. All right, and that is the third point. The fourth point is when washing your Ankara, what kind of soap should you use? You don't use all kind of soap to wash your Ankara bags. Okay, so you should use a bar soap, BAR, a bar soap, or just a mild soap, something that is not very harsh, soap. So you use a bar soap, that the solid one, not the detergent, the powdered detergent one. Don't use any detergent on your bags when washing, or your Ankara accessory. Do not use that to wash your bags. All right. And which other points? I think I should have written out the points. These are the ones that are kind of sticking to my head right now, though subsequently I'm going to list the other. But if you are so passionate about these things, you are so interested, I have a podcast on my community tab. Please go through all my podcasts, okay, just to support me and to learn something from them. All right, so I'm talking from my own experience, things that I've done. Maybe if you want me to do a video on it, I'm still going to do a video. So listen to my podcast, listen to my article on what I have done about Ankara, how to take care of Ankara, because I'm bringing these topics to you guys because I know that if you are making bags, I've seen a whole lot of customers saying, what if I buy this bag, how best can I work with it, how best can I take care of it? So these are questions that your clients will ask. So I'm preparing you for things so that you have something to tell your customers if you are already taking that as a business. Ankara bags are selling like mad in abroad. They have embraced it, because once they tell you Africa print bags they are selling, and even if you want to do your bags with leather, you can apply the same process. So when a customer buys and is asking you, you will not be kind of shocked, or you'll be thinking of what to tell them. So you make sure you watch this thing to an end, so and follow the tips. These are the same tips I use for my Ankaras. I make Ankara, be using Ankara for my personal self. So once you follow this thing, you'll be able to maintain your Ankara, and these are the same advice you should dash out. Is it dash? Okay, dish out to your customer. So not to the English. These are the same advice you should dish out to your customers. These are the same advice you should give to your customers. So these are the best way you can take care of your Ankara. As I said, I'm just going to be doing a whole lot of sit down this thing. I'm taking 2 months out from my shop. I'm going to be filming from here, so you guys should not just mind the background. I miss you guys. I want to do something for you guys. So I wouldn't say because the doctor asked me to rest, because my head is always on and off, I will not do anything. I want to do something, and I want to give out what I have learned. I want to give it out freely for now. So you guys, I think I've spoken, I've talked much. If you have any question that you want to ask me, if you have any challenges, I think my next life is going to be on the review of the kind of machines that you should go for as a beginner. If you're just learning how to sew, we're going to be talking about that. Secondly, I'm going to be showing you some kind of needles. I've bought some needles of needle I use. Thirdly, we're going to be talking about your fear on learning online. The fear, I've made mention of one earlier in this video when I talked about some beginners, some bag makers having the fear of no, is it fear now? Like you have the challenge of wasting money. You are learning, trying to learn online. Okay, so you learn and you're trying to do one particular thing over and over and again. So in that case, you'll be wasting some part of your materials. So how do you do this thing without wasting much of your material? How do you do this thing? Like how do you do without not making much errors, like much mistake? You just get your results as soon as possible. I don't if you guys, if what I'm saying kind of makes sense. Okay, so we're going to be talking much more about all of this. All right, so after this video, guys, I'm going to be filming immediately I leave this place. I'm still going to be doing live video tonight. Okay, make sure you come on live around 8 p.m. today. We're just going to be chatting, chit chat. We're just going to be chatting. You ask me questions, then I answer your questions. So for now, I'm just going to end this live here. I'm going to edit live here, and should I edit? I really don't want to edit, guys. Let me show you something. If you're a beginner, as I said, my my life is going to be mostly for beginners. So I want to show you guys something I discovered about sewing. I've always known that when you are sewing, you should turn your needle. You should turn your needle, your needle, I don't know, like this is my needle, right? This is my needle, right? Can you see it? Okay, so today I've always known that when you are sewing, this flat side of the needle should be on this side, or this side of the machine. Then this side that has hole, should be on this side. Okay, should be on this side. But that's what I've been taught. Okay, hold on guys, someone is at the door. Let me just go and open. Oh guys, sorry, I had someone. So I've always known that when you are sewing, guys, sorry for that, someone was at the door. I had to go and open the door for the person. So this side of the needle, I don't know if you can get the needle. This is the needle. So this flat side, can you see this flat side of the needle? This flat side of the needle should face inward like this side of the needle. So this one that has hole on it, I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of blurring to me. I don't know if you guys can. Okay. So this side that has hole should face the outer part of the machine. So that's what I've always known of. But there was a day I mistakenly drew it in the opposite way. Okay. So I noticed that when you do that, your thread is going to be cutting and jumping. So if you are having such an issue, instead of wasting your money calling a machine technician to come and fix your machine, and the machine technician charging you some amount of money, if you're in Nigeria, they can charge you up to 2,000 naira for a mistake that you can easily correct. I would advise you to watch this and do this as a means of correction to this. So take note, as I said, when you have the flat side of the needle should face this side, and this side should face the hollow side, should face the outside. I'm just saying it because I just noticed this mistake today. So when we do it in the wrong way, let me show you the result we are going to get. So this is the result. I'm trying to fix it in the wrong way. I'm just intentionally doing this. So when I cut my thread, so what I did, sorry, my thread is kind of unraveling. So guys, I'm just doing it in the wrong way so that you see how the result is going to yield. So these are mistakes that you should avoid. Take note, we are doing all of this for our beginners. I'm sorry if you are somebody that you already have experience on this, you can still learn something too. But as I always say, this video, my live video, is always for the beginners. So I know some of you as a beginner might go through all of this, especially if you are just getting your machine. You can see number one is even cutting. It's even cutting, which goes to show that probably there's something wrong in the way I fix the needle. So that's one effect that you are going to see, and it's not even going to sew. It's not going to sew. So make sure the way you fix your needle matters a lot, guys. The way you fix it matters a lot. So I will just put it and you will see the difference. Okay, all right. So by the time I remove it, okay, like it's jumping thread, it's not sewing, it's not sewing well. I don't know if you can like it's not sewing well. Or like when you put it the other way, it's going to sew without any difficulty. So just make sure you fix it in the right way. The flat part, that part that is flat should face this way, and the side that has holo should face this place. So when you're a beginner, don't go and be wasting money and say you want to go and call a machine technician to fix your machine when it's something that you can easily do. Okay, it's something that you can easily do. So make sure you fix it very well. Okay, you can see how smoothly it went. All right, you can see how smoothly it went. So this is it. And this is it. So make sure your needle is well fixed when sewing. So if you're a beginner and you're going through these challenges, do not go about wasting money to go get a technician, machine technician, start wasting your money. So you can see the difference when your needle is facing the wrong way. So this is one thing I want to draw to your attention. And don't forget, our video is for the beginners, our live video. I'm making this for a beginner. If you're a beginner, you want any topic, for you want me to come teach you any topic, always let me know. All right, as I said, I'll soon go, so I'm not wasting your data. This is going to be just talk, like one-on-one coaching on my own personal experience, how I was able to deal with it, or how I was able to deal with it, and what you are going through. So the newcomers, please, let's chat. I know it's not easy. Let's chat, let's talk whatever you are going through. I'm here for you guys. I'm here. This live video is not for view. I'm not seeking for views. I want to give. I'm just so passionate. I want to give. I want you guys to learn something. So I don't care if people are here to view, especially on my live. For the other video, make sure you view it too. For the ones I'm going to be uploading, make sure you view my video. But for live, I'm just so passionate, and I hope you guys share this to other persons. So let's come together. Let's ask questions. I don't know, my nose will keep on falling out. So guys, that is it. By 8 o'clock today, we are still going to go on live. As I said, I'm just taking a break according to the doctor's prescription. I'm at home taking break for 2 good months. I'm going to be staying here, so don't mind the background. I won't be in my shop. I'm just trying not to stress myself too much. So I have my guests in my shop doing the sales for me. I'm just at home, and I'm going to be at home for a long time. I'm just going to be relating with you guys. Happy Sunday, guys. I really missed you guys. So I did not intention. I didn't stay back intentionally. From now on, I'm going to be filming. I'm going to be doing live. So make sure you take your pen. The next line that we're going to be coming on, make sure you take your pen. Write whatever you're going through. So we'll put our hands together. Okay, I'm not saying nobody is an island of wisdom. We're going to put our hands together. We'll do this together. Okay, so if there's anything I'm uploading, guys, please, there are sometimes I just get confused. If there's anything I'm doing on my videos that you don't like, please let me know. If it's about the way I talk, it's not being cleared, if my videos are not detailed enough, because my aim is for you guys to learn something. So there's no point for me talking, people are not benefiting. So if there's anything I'm doing that you don't want, please let me know. I really want to know so I can change. You can also bring your suggestion. I'm open to criticism. I'm open if you guys come with scolding, as long as it's positive scolding. I'm open to correction. I'm open to anything. If you want me to post more videos, if you want me to get something done that I'm not doing, guys, please let me know. I'm begging, like, I want to know. Okay, there's something I'm doing that I might not realize until you guys let me know. All right, so I'll just go. I'm filming a bag that I'm going to be posting. Today is Sunday, right? By next week I'm going to be uploading a video. I'm going to be doing it now, so I'm just go and do that now. Have a beautiful day, guys. How are you guys preparing for Yes, mass. And before I go, there's other idea that is coming my way. So on this live, I'm also going to be talking about how you can market your bags. If you're already doing it, how do you market? How do you edit your video? How do you get your content, your video content? Because as we all know now, this Jay-Z word, Jay-Z or Jay-Z, the Z generation, people are just so addicted to videos now. Everything online is just video. So how you can create your video, how you can edit your video, how you can start like intentionally putting marketing your bags, your item, whatever you are selling, by creating videos. I think I'll be bringing this your with the little I know. I'm going to be letting you guys know. All right. And if you also want to, aside from bag making, you know, you can make bags, you can sell bags. As long as you are good in making bags, you can sell your bags. Okay, but you just have to be very good. And in terms of marketing, there are different platforms. As you can see on my community tab, I've started creating podcasts. That's another way. Just let people know what you are doing. You can use different platforms. You don't have to stick to a particular platform. So these are just ideas that are coming my way. I thank God for the advice that the doctor gave, that she rest. My stay at home are making me to just think of different ideas. Things are just coming my way. So I don't want to kind of have this to myself. I also want to give out guides. So if you want us to do this with time, we're just going to sit here. I'm just going to be giving out the little I know. Okay, the little I know, how I do my own things, how I sell my products. And I know one very important thing: if you're already good in bag making, if you are very, you have to be good. Okay. And one other thing before I go ahead to say whatever I want to say, I also want to bring things that you can do. Like, you don't have to have a machine. You can also have, there's this thing you call chisel, like a fake that you can use to poke your bags. So people just still use gum. So without the equipments, without the match, you can start selling bags and accessories without those things. So I'm going to figure out and bring the things as a beginner, things that you are going to need, the manual things that you're going to need to start bag making, to start making money and making it online. The one thing I know about online platform is that what you really need is audience first. So even me, I'm working towards that. And some people do, like my colleagues, I know about many of my colleagues who are into bag making, that are shipping abroad. They ship and they make about 2 million naira. Like, they ship about 2,000, I mean 200 pieces of bags that personally you'll be selling for 12,000, and you have a gain of about 7 or 8 thousand. These people will sell it for 30,000. They will still ship about 200 pieces. You know, in abroad, people like these African print bags. Like, it's a big market. Even in Nigeria too, there are some people that still patron, they still like it as gifts and souvenirs. So how are you going to get the audience? I know most of those my colleagues, they have gone into influencing. They use people that are already celebrating, but you need money to start doing all those things. But one thing I know is audience. Once you have audience that trust you, I bet you are going to sell. You just need to have audience. If you are using a WhatsApp, for instance, you have the quotas. You have to have quotas on your. So once you post fine bags, they see it, there's no way they are not going to ask for the price, and there's no way they are not going to buy. And once one person buys good, they are going to be referring you to other persons. So you need audience. What I mean by audience, you need people that are going to be seeing your products. So if you're on YouTube, if you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, if you're on WhatsApp, if you're on Pinterest, if you're on Twitter, if you are leading, like wherever you are, whatever platform you are, you need audience. That's what I've come to realize personally. That's what I never knew. If I had known, I would have started building my own dress. Initially I thought it just to acquire the talent. So I was so passionate. Over like 4 years, I was just trying to get talent, which is not best. So as you are building your talent, your skill, make sure alongside you are building your audience, because you cannot just make bags. It will be discouraging. You cannot just make bags and there are no people on ground to buy it, and you know everything just going online. It's not now only on the physical. Like, it's not like people coming, you don't just have to display. Even with that, I've seen people make millions every month. Okay, I'm not lying to you, I'm not capping. Without having physical shop, it can be on your house, you'll be making money, but just know the way to market your products. Know the way. Some people use the inorganic means. The organic means is when you just have them, the people are seeing them. Once you use the right hashtag, hashtags, people see them and buy. The inorganic means when you do advice kind of to promote it. So all of this is just to still get the audience, right? So you can use whatever means to get better. People that are professional in marketing will tell you that you need the organic means. You have to have that sincere audience that will always keep coming back, that have trusted you 100%. So I think these are things we're going to be discussing because we are all into this. I'm still on that road. Okay, so you need audience to view these things. And secondly, you need trust. You need trust. So if you tell them you are going to be making a bag, for instance, if you tell them you are going to be making a bag and these are what the quality of the bags, make sure that is how it is. You should not tell somebody that this bag is 100%, so is this need to, just because they are not there seeing it physically, then after buying this bag, taking it to, then I realize there are a lot of mistakes. Do you think that person will come back to you? No. Do you think that person will refer anybody to you? No. So that trust has to be there. If you are selling an online course and you tell them this is what I'm going to teach you, at the end of the day, after you have collected your money, okay, that's why I'm still trying to, people are coming to me and say they want to buy online course. I've put an end to it for now till the middle of next year. If we are able to enter, I want to put things in order, so I will not keep on, like, it's your business, it's a brand that you are building, so you have to build that brand in a way that people should trust you. So you don't tell them you have a course, you want to say a bag course, and after collecting money, you tell them I want to teach them 5 bags designs, that at the end you now toss them just 2 bags design, they will not come to you and they cannot refer people to you. So it's not just about getting the skills and the talent. How do you market your bags? How do you market your bag? So I think these are things from my own personal experience. These are things, as I said before, the video, the content creation is now part of it. It's like everything is now technological inclined. Am I correct? Is it okay, everything is now technology. Like, before it has to be before it used to be the audience, the physical audience, where you have this thing done, just display them on your physical outlets, people see them and come and buy. No, everything is now online. You don't even have to have a physical outlet. You don't have to. You can start making money online, just like I am. I told you I'm taking 2 months off, like a break, and the doctor has advised me, and I'm doing this thing from home. Okay, I can be here doing this thing, and my YouTube will be monetized and they will start paying me. I don't have to have a shop, I don't have to beautify myself. So it just depends on how you can relate with your customers, how they can understand you, so you can start making money online. You don't have to also kill yourself in terms of getting the equipment. I'm trying to figure out something on how you can start with very simple equipment. Okay, so there are minor things that you can use. Start matching, you can make a bag, then there's this thing like effect. I have it. Maybe my next life that I will be doing today, by 8 o'clock I'll put this thing together, just like effect. Just use your hammer, poke holes on it, and you start sewing. So I know it's going to be a bit stressful compared to when you are using machine. Yes, let it be part of it. All you have to do is to gather money so you can get that other advanced equipment you need. Just like this machine, this is not my dream machine. Okay, what I intend to get is a cylinder bed machine. The reason I've not gotten it is, like, I have other things that I wanted to invest on, but by the grace of God, by next year I'll be getting that machine, by the grace of God. So you don't give up. Start from somewhere. Don't wait until you get what you want. Don't wait, because marketing, business, entrepreneurship is about learning. By the time you will wait, that time that you will now wait, this must have gone. I don't know how to put it. Just start from somewhere so you can learn gradually. You go along with your business. Make sure you grow along. It's better that way. Okay, you have to make mistakes to become someone. I don't know. I'm not I'm not good at saying this, like, the way professional speakers in terms of business, I'm not very good, but I just know that you just have to grow along with your business. So you appreciate it more when you grow along with it. Okay, you appreciate it more. Let me give you an instance. Okay, I was now I'm happy that before I got my machine, I was using that fake to pour coal because I could not get machine, and I started getting videos on. I started learning. I was so eager to make a bag that I had to go and order for that fake. Anyway, it's very cheap. I will send a picture on my community guide. As at the time I got it about 4 years ago, it was $1. There's a fake, I'll show you guys, $1 in AliExpress, and you order it. It's just the time duration that is the challenge. They don't ship, like they don't charge for shipping fee. They don't charge for shipping fee. They post it to your post office, your closest post office. You go and take it, but it can take like a month. You just have to wait because it's free. That's why it's taking time. So I got that fake. Then I didn't have money to get a machine, so I'll make a bag. After gumming it, I just take a fake because I had to sew it together because I wanted my bag to be durable. Now that I've gotten machine, do you know I still use that fake? Because I've not gotten that cylinder bed. There are some parts on the bags, some bags, actually not all the bags, that my machine will not be able to go through. And when I'm doing it for this customer, and instead of it getting angry that you cannot sew this parts of the bag, you just use that fake. So I am happy that I was able to get that knowledge there. The process of using that fake, it's also a skill because I had to get some video on how to use fake. So like you poke holes on your bag, then you sew with hard needle. So it's something that like once you do it, you'll be happy. You grow along with your business. You don't have to wait until you get the sophisticated machines in quotes. No, for instance, can you, if you go through on my video, I'll be making bags with this machine. But if I get that cylinder bed, do you know how easy it's going to be for me? I know about some persons that got that cylinder bed. They are bag maker. Up till now, they have abandoned the cylinder bed machine. Why? They can't even sew straight with that machine. They can't even sew with that cylinder. In as much as everybody wants to get that cylinder, even the skill of sewing is a problem. They can't sew straight with that cylinder. But if you start sewing it, once you know the process here, once and you not transfer to using that one, it will be so easy. So that's why you have to grow along. I know it might be a bit stressful to you. I know it might be a bit hard, but do not worry. It's not going to last forever. Nothing lasts forever. Okay, so you wait, or don't wait until you get the right equipment. You can start from somewhere. And even if you don't want to, there are other simple bags that you can make, like the souvenir bag. But my own advice for you to gather money first. Gather money. That's why we, after getting the skin, that's why I'm going to be talking about how can you market your bags. Because I feel that's another challenge that I went through personally. Okay, I went through, and now I realized that this is what I would have done a long time ago. Okay guys, I would have done it as I was getting that skill, that talent. I would have combined the process of marketing my goods to on my online platform, because then I just abandoned my Instagram. Then I would have been posting. I didn't post, you know, if I had put some hashtags, I would have been able to attract some audience. So I wasn't posting. I was like, let me, after I've gotten this talent, then I'll now start building. So make sure you build the two together, because you cannot make bags and nobody is buying them. So make sure you combine everything together as you are doing it. So I feel I'm just going to be doing this thing always. We just come and sit down and we talk. So I'm going to be relating my own personal experience to you guys. All right guys, I feel I've talked enough, guys. I'm wearing a nose ring because I am underdressed. My hair is old. I feel this can just kind of break my. So also I'm at home, as I said, I keep on repeating, guys. People are going to be seeing more of this because I've been on and off in terms of my head, and I was asked to rest. So I'm going to be filming from an aunt's house. Okay, I'm going to be filming, and you're going to see more of this background. All right, thank you for giving me a thumbs up. Thank you guys. I love you guys. I love you, and I miss you guys too. You're going to be seeing video constantly now, and I hope to be making two live video every day by the grace of God. Please, my live video, I really don't care about the viewers, so I just want to teach the beginners. I hope God gives me the grace to teach the beginners. I know as a beginner you are going through a lot. I learned much of more of these things online. I know what we went through. I know how I wasted material. In as much as those poor film, and like, it's not what you watch. You might watch, you see that it's easy for you, go home and practice, and you see that it's hard. I went through it. So we're going to be talking about it. Some people will watch, I'll say, come, I want to buy the course. Why? because they have watched and they were not able to do it. And you know how much you use to buy data, you know how much you use to buy this material that you practice with, you know how much like this fear of like, will I get this thing, what if I don't get it? These are some of the challenges you learn when you learn online. So it's not easy. So I'm here for you. If you're a beginner, if you're a new bag maker, you have passion for it, please, we are here together. I just want to talk my experience and I want you to say what you are going through. Let's relate. I can also learn from you. You can say your own and we will relate. Just to introduce myself anyway today, it's been a long time. Happy Christmas preparation. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? I've missed you guys. You guys should send me gift. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Alright, let me go make video now. Let me go make video. Bye. Happy Sunday to you guys. Bye bye.